and we are frosting the cake, and we want it to sound delicious and go. We'll have, like, it's very clear. You know, certain people, to me, it's a mystery. Like Ellen. What her button?
We are dangerously close to overtime, everybody. Let's get this last shot, please, and break for lunch.
Hi, my name's Terry, and if you're gonna die, come on down to Cemetery's Mortuary. Why? Hit it, guys.
Where do you go when someone needs to be buried? Cemetery. Single plots or doubles if you were married. Cemetery. We'll bury you deep and we'll pack the dirt firm. Our caskets are airtight to keep out the worms. We'll water your grass, treat your headstone with care, and that's about it, 'cause you ain't going nowhere. Cemetery's mortuary. Our shovels are standing by.
My name is Jaden Funk, and I want to teach you slam poetry. But talk is cheap, right?
Welcome to the game. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson, and I hate to toot my own horn, but... Oops, sorry, that wasn't mine. There we go, that one's mine. You three look like you need some hot trivia action. There's your hardware. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
Kale Mart. If you find a single thing in our store that is not associated with kale, it's free. Kale Mart. We don't even know what kale is, and we don't care.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, it's time.
Get ready, time for question.
Right off the bat, mail enhancement. Just taking a moment to open my mail. Something I like to do every couple of years. Probably should have paid that. An old Christmas card. Well, let's see what it says inside. Well, it's been a big year for the whole family. Junior learned to drive, Mom changed jobs, and Dad started a drug empire cooking and selling high-quality methamphetamine. What TV family is this Christmas card from? The Greens, the Browns, the Blacks, or the Whites? Players 1 and 2? Why, yes, this card is from Walter and Skylar White and their son Walt Jr. from the show Breaking Bad. And I'd read you the rest of the letter, but it's full of spoilers. Player 3? Well, looks like you're not getting the green this time. But you'll have plenty of green soon with this brand new Kale Coffee Maker from Kale Mart. Enjoy a piping hot cup of kale in the morning, because apparently now kale is a thing that everybody's This wrong answer of the game got you $4,000. Nice job.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Here's one I like to call positive feedback. What might you hear from a kingfisher that's fishing for compliments? So did anybody notice I just got my scales waxed? So did you guys see I'm wearing my fur differently? So how does everyone like my new gill tattoo? Or isn't anybody gonna mention my new feather do? Player 1. Are you fishing for an insult? Okay, you're a dope. How's that? Players 2 and 3. A kingfisher is a type of bird. You know, those things with feathers. Wow, talk about a needy, insecure bird. Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. Somebody tell me I'm handsome. Interns, somebody tell me I'm handsome.
You're handsome, sir. So handsome, Mr. Masterson.
Ah, let's never cut it that close again.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Try this on for size. Lucy in the sky with rubles. And oh yes, it's a this or dat. Player 1. Your score is the lowest, so why don't you play this dis or dat? I'm going to read off 7 quotes totally out of context. For each one, I want you to tell me if it's something said by legendary pop star Elton John or something said by Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. If it was said by Elton John, press the square button. If it was said by Vladimir Putin, press the circle button. The rest of you should still keep your eyes open. Lock in your answers before player 1, because if player 1 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the cash. Ready? Let's go. I do like Britney Spears. I think I go to the gym. I myself know some people who are. I think happiness is love. I collect emotions. In America, I'd definitely be a Democrat. I'm 5'8". I hate being short. I'm deploying troops to your score. Look, there's a lot of political turmoil in the world. We must trust Elton John's song, The Circle of Life. It's a simple philosophy that says this: no matter what happens, we can rest assured that one day, Vladimir Putin will be eaten by a lion. And on its way, I hunger for love. If each member of the Hunger Games love triangle brought something different to the relationship, which of these arrangements would actually result in Katniss catching fire? Katniss brings air, Peeta brings friction, and Gale brings time. Katniss brings friction, Peeta brings fuel, and Gale brings inert gas. Katniss brings heat, Peeta brings time, and Gale brings oxygen. Or Katniss brings heat, Peeta brings fuel, and Gale brings oxygen. Player 3, you'll rue the day. Players 1 and 2, the so-called fire triangle outlines what is needed to start and maintain fire, which is heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove one, no fire. But I'm sure you could get rid of Peeta and it would still be hot. 5 fingers! Next up, 1 show down, 14,312 to go.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And I'll throw some extra roses at you for a right answer. Put these Broadway musicals in order of longest to shortest original runs. Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Rent, Grease, Spamalot, Spamalot, Rent, Grease, Rent, Spamalot, Grease, or Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Player 2, watch the time. Player 2. Opening in 1996, Rent ran for 12 years. Grease opened in 1972, and you just picked up an extra $1,000 for that. Of course, none of these tops the musical Cats, which ran for 233 straight years. Hard to believe, but true. Good for them. Player 3. Player 1. That's the end of a thrilling first round. And it looks like player 2 has the lead. Let's see if they stay there. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And don't forget about your screws. We don't want them getting rusty. May I introduce Chucky Balls? I just love Chuck E. Cheese, especially those big ball pits with all the colorful balls that kids jump around in. So tell me this. Imagine, just hypothetically, that each color ball in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit were a different virus. When you dive in, which ball could you definitely not come into contact with? A ball that causes polio, a ball that causes herpes, a ball that causes rabies, or a ball that causes plague? Player 1. Whoa. Player 2. Okay, old yeller, let's go out to the barn. Player 3. Herpes, polio, and rabies are all caused by a virus. Plague is caused by a bacteria, so none of those virus balls could give you plague. Plague is spread by rodents, but luckily not singing animatronic rodents like the ones you find at Chuck E. Cheese. Hey, anyone want to go to Chuck E. Cheese after the game?
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Say hello to Leafy Laughter. Imagine an episode of Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis being filmed with a set of 2 new freshly sprouted ferns. Based on the name for fern sprouts, what might be a better name for that episode? Between 2 saplings with Zach Galifianakis? Between 2 pup shoots with Zach Galifianakis? Between 2 fronds with Zach Galifianakis? Or between 2 fiddleheads with Zach Galifianakis? Not much time left. Players 1 and 2? I'm not fond of this answer. Player 3? A fern sprout is called a fiddlehead based on its shape, which resembles the top of, you guessed it, a fiddlehead. And like Zach Galifianakis, they take about 40 years to fully blossom.
Follow me down to the sea.
Pucker up for escargot for Margot. Okay, guys, I've got a theory, and I think it's pretty solid. Follow me on this. The movie Key Largo came out in 1948, and the next major Argo movie was Fargo. So there may have been a secret Argo embargo. Ergo, how long was the next Argo embargo between Fargo and Argo? 7 years? Player 1, who's gonna get it? Player 3, you're getting screwed. You got 5 seconds. Fargo came out in 1996 and Argo in 2013. Ergo, a 17-year Argo movie embargo. And you know what never went out of style that entire time? Cargo pants. Player 1, you are now the screwy. This one's known as To Be or Not To Be Arthur.
Hi, this is Corky. And how about them Golden Girls, huh?
Old man, what the hell are you doing? Get away from the microphone.
But I need to ask a question.
Give me, oh, damn it, give me that.
No,
Listen to me, you stupid old, give it to me.
Ow.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that squiddly up doodly doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Skilly up, do I forget.
All right. Just one question, and then you are out of here.
Okay, 2 questions, great.
One question.
All right. Don't get your panties in a... whatever. I'm just trying to remember this one thing. I'm trying to think of this lovely singing gentleman. He was friends with those Muppet puppets, and he lived in Colorado. He talked to God in all those movies, and then he died in a plane crash. And now he's probably talking to the real God. Who the heck was that guy?
Okay, was it Engelbert Humperdinck, Jim Croce, Harry Belafonte, or John Denver? Player 3? No.
Nice guess, Dinglebert.
Players 1 and 2? Yes, old man, it's country folk singer-songwriter John Denver. You're talking about John Denver.
I'm not talking about him, you are.
Why were you trying to remember John Denver, old man?
I wasn't.
What are you talking about? You just commandeered this game to ask a question about him.
Who?
John Denver.
Never heard of him. Toodaloo, boy.
Ah! Next, Menage a Treat. Who would not be invited to a Neapolitan chocolate or Liz Lemon? Player 1. Sexual chocolate shows up at every threesome. Players 2 and 3. Neapolitan ice cream consists of strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla, but not lemon. So Liz Lemon would not be invited. Remember, approaching a threesome is just like eating ice cream. If you go at it too quickly, you might damage the roof of your mouth. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. But keep this in mind.
Remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Watch this Peter P. Who's the Peter P? Good luck. Player 3 takes the win! Player 3, I don't get it. Technically you won, but it's not like you won anything. You won less than anything. I guess there's something to be said for that. Something like, you don't know Jack!
Don't you hate going to the movies by yourself? I mean, I do. We have so much in common.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and not to brag, but the cashier at Trader Joe's complimented me on my choices today. Well, look at this triumvirate of brainiosity-ism-ness. Handle those screws carefully. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
the Anti-Pedestrian Council. Hey, I'm trying to drive here, is our motto.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, let's do this thing.
Get ready, time for question.
One.
Okay, to get things started, she mused me. If Taylor Swift broke up with every male currently in the world, about how many songs would she be inspired to write? 1.2 billion songs, 2.3 billion songs, 3.6 billion songs, or 7.4 billion? Player 2? This is gonna hurt. Players 1 and 3. The world population is floating around 7.1 billion, of which 3.6 billion are males. That only gives her a few microseconds for each relationship, but that should be more than enough. Up next, this question got stuck in my teeth. Who's hungry?
Cookie fortune, Cookie Masterson.
Okay, this one's a bit violent. Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes. Okay, so I won't shoot anybody until I see their pupils, their irises, their retinas, or their scleras. Players 1 and 3. Could be worse, in theory. Player 2. Right, the white of your eye is called the sclera. But don't look too long at the enemy's eyes, or you might just fall in love.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
This one's called Cookie Masterson, the vocab guide. If Bill Nye the Science Guy learned nigh everything there was to know about science, what would be true of him? He would know nearly everything about science. He would know very little about science. He would know exact... Player 3, where's that screw going? Oh, you're screwed, Player 1. You got 5 seconds. Oh, man, time's up. Mighty fine screwing, Player 3. Grab a few more bucks, why don't you? Players 2 and 3. I now have evidence supporting my theory that you're not very smart. Next time, try this. Nigh means near or nearly. The reason why Bill Nye doesn't know everything about science is because he refuses to accept the Cookie Masterson unifying theory of quantum mechanics as the scientific fact that it is. But I guess people fear what they don't understand. Here we have, your mother smells like the jungle. What are you most likely to see Tarzan scrambling to buy at the last second on Mother's Day? A banana bouquet for Coco? Banana candy? Player 1, who do you want to screw? Believe it, Player 3, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to answer. Interesting choice. That's how you screw, Player 1. Want a little more money? Player 1, good effort. Good effort. Player 2. Here's what a right answer looks like. Kala is the female ape who raised Tarzan in the jungle. His dad wasn't around much. He was too busy sitting around patting his chest with the backside of his hand every couple of minutes. 5 fingers! Open wide for Obesity the Game, and it's a dis or dat. Player 2. Your score is the worst, so you're gonna play this bad boy. I'm gonna read off 7 acronyms, and for each one, tell me if it's a type of healthcare plan or a type of video game. If it's a healthcare plan, press the square button. If it's a type of video game, press the circle button. Now the rest of you listen up. Lock in your answers before Player 2 does, and if Player 2 gets it wrong, I'll split that cash among everyone who got it right. We good? Here we go. HMO, MMO, POS, FPS, RTS. I smell BO, bad trivia player odor. I can't afford to see a doctor, so I've just started asking the 12-year-olds I play Call of Duty against online for medical advice. They said I should go f*** myself. They also called me an asshole, bringing an end to our first round. And player 4 is in the lead, but there's more trivia to come. Don't forget, in round 2, all the cash is doubled. And remember, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Okay, we're bringing it on. Let's try Pussycat Control. Oh my god, my cat's poopsie and mayonnaise are driving me crazy. And what do I get from them? Nothing! If my cats were like the cat in the fairy tale Puss in Boots, what would they do for me? Grant me 3 wishes, help me kill a witch, impress my boss and get me a promotion, or help me break an ancient curse? Player 2. Players 1 and 3. Speaking of being cursed, watch how easy this is. In Puss in Boots, Puss makes his master look good in front of the king, which results in him marrying the king's daughter, becoming royalty. Why don't you 2 idiots ever do anything like that for me? I haven't had a promotion in years. I have not been stealing office supplies. Those are complimentary, damn it.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Why not try? That evidence was Planters. If Mr. Peanut wanted to make some marzipan, which of his other nut friends could he grind up to produce the central ingredient? Mr. Hazelnut, Mrs. Almond, Miss Cashew, or Senor Brazil Nut? Player 1. Congratulations, Nut. Player 3. Bless you. Player 2. Marzipan is a confection made from sugar, eggs, and ground up Mrs. Almonds. Regular almonds work too. But Mr. Peanut would be found not guilty because he's a total See, you thought I was gonna say nut, didn't you? No, it's nice guy. He's a really nice guy and no one would believe the murder thing.
Follow me down to the sea.
I call this one Where the Buffalo Foam. You know, I'm having a pretty good day, which means... Hello, Danny. Yep, there he is.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me. Billy, why are you foaming at the mouth?
I've got rabies and I've come to dite you.
What? Stay away from me. Did you get bitten by a rabid animal?
Maybe. Which of these animal dites could not give me rabies? A beaver dite, a non-goose dite, a king cobra dite, or a badger dite?
Players 1, 2, and 3. Rabies only affects warm-blooded animals, not reptiles. Besides, you can't get diseases like this, Billy. You're made of wood.
Really? Then how did I get syphilis?
That's a good point. Here's one for you. Yoko has no remorse. What Beatles album am I describing? Let it be Yellow Submarine, Abbey Road, or Help. Player 3, you're underwater on this one. Players 1 and 2, ... in Morse code is SOS, the International Distress Call. Of course, if the Beatles ever got stranded, they'd need help from somebody, but not just from anybody. Picky bastards. It's time for F This. How would you read comedian Will Forte's name if it were accompanied by the musical notation Forte? Will Forte! Will Forte! Will Forte! Or Will Forte! Players 1 and 3? That's just ridiculous. Player 2? In music, forte means played loudly. unlike Will Forte's quiet and nuanced performance in his Oscar-nominated film MacGruber. Step right up to the Jack Attack. When you see two clues that match, press the X. Okay, if that's how you want it, here's the clue. The prodigy's son returns. They were prodigies in what area? Good luck. Has it! Player 2, that was a nice win. You should be very proud. I mean, not too proud. The competition was kind of lame. Let's just say medium proud. You know, not like you cured cancer proud, more like you just learned how to defrost a refrigerator kind of proud. And here's something else you should learn.
You don't know Jack!